2025 flew by in a flash. It's hard to believe that we're wrapping up what turned out to be an interesting year for laptops. We got some newish hardware from Nvidia, Intel, AMD, and Apple, while Qualcomm stayed surprisingly quiet until last month when they unveiled their next-gen ARM architecture for 2026. So I'm going to break this down into two categories: best productivity laptops and best gaming laptops. Keep in mind, some productivity machines can handle gaming as well. It's really about what fits your needs. And I completely understand how shopping for a new laptop can be overwhelming. With so many manufacturers and endless specs to compare, it's easy to get lost in the noise. So let me help recap the year to help cut through the confusion. Earlier in January, AMD came out swinging with their Strix Halo APUs, or the Ryzen AI Max Plus processors. The performance, the efficiency, the shared memory architecture between the GPU and the CPU, absolutely impressive. It genuinely challenged Apple's M4 Pro chips. The catch? Limited availability. We only saw it in a gaming tablet and a handful of enterprise laptops, so most people weren't able to even get their hands on one. AMD also continued their Strix Point AI 300 series from 2024, but the real story was the new 9000HX 3D chips for high-end gaming laptops. These were essentially built on the Zen 5 architecture, which is the latest and greatest from AMD. It was a solid upgrade for gamers, but also those who were seeking faster multi-core performance in a laptop. Seriously, these chips were so close to their desktop counterparts. Then Nvidia finally dropped the RTX 5000 series laptop GPUs, and honestly, what a mess of a launch. Mike will share some thoughts about this later in the video, but let's switch to Intel. They introduced Arrow Lake and Arrow Lake HX. Remember, Lunar Lake debuted in late 2024 and it just carried over into 2025, but it lacked SMT, which did hurt multi-core performance. Arrow Lake fixed that with up to 16 threads. The downside, it didn't get the XE2 graphics that made Lunar Lake special. And we have Apple. They've been pretty quiet this year. We got the M4 in the MacBook Air back in March, then M5 in October, but the rollout was oddly scattered across the MacBook Pro, the iPad Pro, and yes, that $4,000 Vision Pro headset.
It starts with nothing, just a pulse waiting to become something more. A sound that bends space, a curve that cuts through silence, a moment that pulls you in. This isn't just what you hear, it's what you feel. The tension before the drop, the calm before the win. Because every feeling, every world, every heartbeat has an origin. The Fractal Scape, check it out below.
Now, I want to preface something really important here. Our picks for the best laptops are based on our own hands-on experience. While there are tons of other great options out there, it would take us an eternity to test out every single laptop from every single manufacturer that came out in 2025. So if you've got experience with a laptop that we didn't cover that came out this year, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear what's working for you. Also, make sure to check out some amazing other creators on the platform that focus on laptops. We've got Just Josh, Jared's Tech, Matt Moniz, Dave Tootie. Go check them out. They have some amazing insights on some of the coolest laptops that came out in 2025. All right, so let's kick things off with the best productivity-focused laptop. And there's really only one that stood out to me this year. It's the MacBook Air with the M4 chip. Look, Apple Silicon is arguably the best thing that has happened to laptops. And the M4 brings some serious performance upgrades to a machine that you can grab for under $1,000. Seriously, I've seen it go on sale for as low as $750 with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. Yes, 256 is tight, but you can bump it up to half a terabyte and still stay under $1,000. The build quality is exceptional. The CNC milled aluminum unibody design is dated, but it still feels premium. The display is gorgeous, it's bright, it's sharp, it comes with a 16:10 aspect ratio screen, and it's not OLED, so if you're sensitive to PWM flickering, your eyes are gonna thank you. And the performance is just incredible for something that's just so thin and light. We're talking just 0.44 inches and just 2.7 pounds. It can also handle some light content creation as well. You can do some coding, even light gaming without breaking a sweat as long as your apps play nice with macOS. The keyboard and the trackpad, they're pretty solid, and Apple finally delivered on those long requested upgrades like dual 6K external display support, a really nice 12 megapixel center stage webcam, and battery life that hits 17 hours of web browsing. But if you're looking for a Windows laptop, we've got you covered. First up, there is the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i Aura Edition. This one is slightly pricier than the MacBook Air, but it pretty much delivers everything that you would want in a premium Windows laptop, like excellent build quality, a solid keyboard and trackpad, and a super clean design. The shift to a high color accuracy OLED display with the option for a blindingly bright tandem OLED, it just gives you a top tier visual experience for creative professionals. Under the hood, you're getting the new Arrow Lake Core Ultra 9 processors paired with RTX 5000 series GPUs, which deliver really strong multi-core performance, and it can also help accelerate creator workloads or just help you with productivity focused stuff as well. Battery life is impressive. We got nearly 16 hours of web browsing on our sample, and more importantly, it maintains good performance when unplugged. Now, if you're looking for a MacBook Air competitor within the same $1,000 price range, this was tough. It's hard to find something with the Air's build quality and overall package, but the closest that I found was the Asus ZenBook 14. Under the hood, you've got AMD's new Zen 5-based Ryzen AI 7 350 with 16 threads and multi-threaded performance. Absolutely crushes Intel's Lunar Lake options, but that didn't affect battery life. In fact, it really shined here. We got nearly 18 hours of web browsing from a 75 watt-hour battery packed inside the super thin chassis. It surpassed the MacBook Air M4 in our tests. The display comes in two OLED options. There's a high-end 3K 120Hz panel, or you can opt for the cheaper 1200p 60Hz version. The 1200p isn't the sharpest, and it's not the brightest. It's pretty underwhelming at around 360 nits. So I would recommend stepping up to the 3K if you can. But here's one thing that it has that the MacBook Air doesn't, and that's tons of ports. You get full-size USB Type-A, full-size HDMI, headphone jack, and a couple of USB-C ports. I think that in itself is a killer deal. Now, this next category is for those who are serious about content creation. And honestly, this is a no-brainer. While Apple launched these back in late 2024, they're still holding pretty strong and they're still best in class. And that's pretty much the MacBook Pro with the M4 Pro or the M4 Max chip. You can now pick these up on sale from Best Buy or B&H Photo, which makes them an even better value. I still use the 16-inch MacBook Pro with the M4 Pro chip for my production work, and it's been an absolute workhorse. These laptops deliver consistent full throttle performance when plugged in or even on battery, which is pretty important for me, especially when I'm traveling. For pro photographers, video editors, developers, these things, they're worth every penny. The display is stunning, it's bright, it's color accurate, and if you opt for the nano texture option, it is a game changer. You can finally say goodbye to reflections. Speakers are hands down the best that you'll find on any laptop. The keyboard and the trackpad, they work cohesively with macOS. It's a phenomenal experience. Battery life is also really, really good. It is an exceptional productivity workhorse, and honestly, it just works. And I did not update to the latest macOS version, so that has kind of saved me from a lot of the bugs that the new Apple software releases have been rolled out this year. But yeah, overall, it's been a workhorse. I love it. Now, if you really need a Windows creator laptop, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G16 is hands down the perfect alternative to the MacBook Pro. It's also arguably one of the best looking thin and light options for a high performance, also a gaming laptop that can also handle greater workloads. The Arrow Lake H CPU paired with RTX 5000 series GPUs gives you an excellent balance of performance and power efficiency. The build quality is really, really good. It's also just 0.69 inches thin, and it doesn't compromise on ports. You still get all the connectivity that you need, including a full-size high-speed card reader. The keyboard and trackpad are pretty good. The front-firing speakers deliver great sound quality, and the cherry on top is the 240Hz OLED display. It's bright, it's color accurate, and it's factory calibrated by Pantone, covering 100% of the DCI-P3 color gamut. And if you're looking for something smaller, Asus has a 14-inch version that shares a lot of the features as the G16 with just lower power levels. And then there's the best gaming laptop. This one easily goes to the Alienware Area 51. You see, Alienware completely reimagined what a gaming laptop should look like. And I think the Area 51 moves beyond that traditional black box design with a sculpted chassis that prioritizes cooling, and ergonomics. You get an invisible hinge, an illuminated thermal bump on the back, and even a really nice glowing trackpad. Gaming vibes, check. It comes in both 16-inch and 18-inch configurations, and it's powered by Intel's Core Ultra 9 275HX CPUs and NVIDIA's RTX 5080 and 5090 GPUs. But the real flex here is that super intensely well-designed quad fan, copper and vapor chamber cooling system. The result is significantly cooler and quieter than competitors under heavy load, which is rare at this performance level. But here's the kicker. Despite being ultra premium, the Alienware models undercuts the competitors like the RG Strix Scar 18 and MSI Raider A18 by $600 to $800. So you're getting incredible performance for the price, making it one of the best value to performance laptops on the market if you're looking for that specific category. The display is stellar. It's a bright 570 nit color accurate quad HD 240Hz IPS panel with a matte finish and DC dimming for comfortable extended gaming and work sessions, and you'd have to deal with all those messy PWM flickering issues. Upgradability is excellent too. The internal layout gives you easy access to 2 SODIMM slots supporting up to 64 GB of DDR5 RAM. Plus, there's massive storage potential here. You can configure it, or at least populate it with up to 12 terabytes through the additional M.2 slots. There are a few caveats though. It is a really hefty machine. The 16-inch model weighs in around 7.5 pounds, while the 18-inch pushes almost 10 pounds. Also, when you're configuring it, I would skip the mechanical keyboard option because the standard one is just a far better experience. The mechanical is just too clicky and it just has a metallic ping noise. So yeah, just skip that. And now let's hear what Mike has to say about some budget-friendly gaming laptops.
All right, everybody. So I have the mission of choosing the best budget gaming laptop. And I know 2025, the prices have been absolutely out of control. So a budget gaming laptop nowadays has a very different meaning than it did a year or 2 years ago. But what I really wanted to focus on are 2 models that offer the best bang for your buck right now. One of them is the Lock 15, which hits every high point you could possibly want. It's essentially 90 to 95% of a Legion laptop for a lot less money. I mean, for the price, it has excellent build quality, a great keyboard, plenty of upgrade options, and a really clean installation of Windows without a ton of bloat. And even though it runs cool and relatively quiet, Lenovo doesn't throttle power to its GPU like a lot of other models in its price category. The only thing that you're gonna need to watch out for with the Lock 15 is how much you actually pay for it, because look, like a lot of things these days, you have to wait for the right sale because its regular price is completely out to lunch. At that price, there are so many better options that are out there that'll give you a better bang for your buck. Like the TUF A or F16, what you get here is a very small downgrade in terms of build quality, keyboard, display brightness, and trackpad versus the Lock. But it makes up for that with a larger screen, AMD CPUs that, when combined with a bigger battery, push insane battery life. And when compared at equal price points, generally, it has better specs than the Lock 15 too. But look, with everything these days, pricing is all over the place, and costs, they can change in an instant. So what you absolutely have to do, especially if you're trying to save some money on a laptop purchase, is simply do your homework first. Find out what is the best fit for you and the best price that it's available for. Now, the other thing I wanted to do here is talk about the biggest disappointing in the gaming laptop space. And this is not a single device. No, not at all. This is about the RTX 5000 series GPUs. And where do I start here? The whole thing kicked off with special access previews before the official launch, leading to the assumption that any actual review that came afterwards was a paid content piece shilling for NVIDIA. And no, they absolutely weren't. It also didn't help that NVIDIA sent out the Blade 16 as their only launch device. Its RTX 5090 ran well under its maximum power, and many reviews naturally compared it to a full wattage RTX 4090. And that led to the belief, some of that might have been true, that RTX 5000 series GPUs didn't offer any better performance than the 4000 series. There are other things like massive shipping delays, terrible driver stability, out of control pricing even before tariffs, and a firmware bug where every GPU ran at lower than intended wattage. We actually did a complete retest a few months after launch, and the RTX 5080 and 5090 ended up looking a hell of a lot better. Basically everything that could have gone wrong with this launch, well, it went wrong for whatever crazy reason that's out there. And yes, it frustrated me and a lot of other people. Laptop manufacturers didn't pair up NVIDIA's fastest GPU with the best possible CPU, and that was the 9955HX 3D. You could not find any laptops with that combo, and as we showed, that basically ended up holding back the RTX 5090 in a lot of ways. Now, the last thing I wanted to talk about here is something that's sort of near and dear to my heart, and that is the absolute enshittification of the Windows ecosystem with Microsoft's headlong push into pushing as much AI slop in their OS as they possibly can. Look, this frustrates me to no end because it is impacting battery life and the physical user experience that people are having with Windows-based devices. It is, I think, actively pushing people to the Apple ecosystem, and it looks like it's going to continue to happen. More importantly, Microsoft seems to be completely oblivious to the damage that they're doing to themselves. And I hope that changes, but I really doubt it will in 2026 and going forward. Anyways, back to you, Eber.
Thank you for sharing that, Mike. As we start to transition into 2026, we're going to start to see a new wave of laptops being showcased at CES. And the reality is that many of these might just be refinements rather than full-blown revolutions. I don't think there are going to be any new GPU announcements from NVIDIA. And with the current state of memory pricing, we're honestly heading into a bit of an unknown when it comes to laptop pricing. There's a very real chance that laptops could simply get more expensive moving forward. And that ultimately is just going to hurt us, the consumers. Just make sure you do your due diligence and buy what actually fits your needs. And most importantly, spend responsibly. I'm Eber with Hardware Canucks. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next year.